Next in the series that we're talking about individual territory settings, we're going to talk about removing distance from the sort logic. Now we've discussed so far that results can be either geographic or distance-based, or they can be territory-based. And so removing distance from the sorting logic is important when you have multiple territory results. Let's say, for example, we had 3 locations that all serviced the state of Illinois. When somebody searches in Illinois, by default, the system still leverages their distance from the user's search when sorting those results. And instead of that, you can remove distance from the logic and control it using the regular sorting options. So let's explain that a little bit more using an example. So we've modified our sample data a little bit, only to show that now we have 3 locations that provide services in the state of Illinois. And so scrolling off to the left, we can see that we have 1 location that's in Washington, 1 location that's physically present in Illinois, and then a location that is in Austin, Texas. And so, but all those locations have a territory that includes the state of Illinois. And so with removed distance from the sorting logic turned off, which is the default, when we perform a search for, again, let's say this 60002, which is in Illinois, the first result that's returned is the one that's closest to the user's search, followed by this one in Texas, which is next closest, followed finally by this sample location 1, which is furthest away. Now, if we change the settings to remove distance from the sorting logic and click Save, the next option that will be used will be anything that's configured under our data settings. So let's go to Filter and Sort, and we have in this example name set ascending. And so what the system should do, what should fall back to now that distance isn't a factor, it should sort the results by name. So let's switch back to our interface, perform the same search. Notice here we have 3, 4, and 1. If we perform the same search now with that option enabled, it'll display them alphabetically, which is 1, 3, and 4. And so same results, but different sort order. And so what the system does, what it did is it backed into this field sorting. If we were to remove that, which is the default, and have no field sorting, the system would then fall back to whatever order they were imported as, and this is the default. So you would still see something akin to 1, 3, and 4. The system would simply default to the order in which they were imported. So this is useful for applying a specific ranking or otherwise reconciling the ordering when multiple locations share the same territory. And that is hopefully a good description of the function of this remove the distance from the sorting logic feature.